I have a confession to make. I consider myself a pretty late game Project Sekai player. I've been playing on the global server since February of 2022, and at the time of making this video, I'm ranked 327, have 73 4-star cards, every single 2 and 3-star card available, 11,325 shows played, 201 Master FCs, peaked at Diamond 3 in ranked, and spent way more money than I'm willing to admit. All this is to say, I play this game a lot, and yet, I haven't even read the main plot for more than 2 of the subunits and maybe a handful of event stories. I couldn't really find any video that summarized the main plot of the game or enough of the events to really get me caught up to date, so I decided to make that video. Today, I'm going to cover the entire plot of Leonid. This summary will cover the main story, the associated virtual singer story, and all the side stories for the main 1, 2, and 3-star cards. Quick disclaimer though, this video will not include those little conversations that appear in game that give you like 10 crystals or those 4 coma comics because 99% of that's all filler. Let's get right into it. In present-day Tokyo, we follow our heroines, Ichika Hoshino, Saki Tenma, Honami Mochizuki, and Shiho Hinomori, who have vastly different personalities but are a tight-knit group of friends. In elementary school, the four decide to start a band together. When they're going home after their first band practice together, a meteor shower rains over the city. They marvel at the event together at the park, and it becomes a fond memory they share. Several years pass, and during junior high, Saki's health declines and she's hospitalized. Due to the severity of her condition, Saki is transferred to a hospital that is way too far for her friends to visit, and she loses contact with them. Fast forward a few more years, and now Ichika, Honami, and Shiho attending Miyamasuzaka's Girls' Academy. The three are all in different classes and no longer are friends with each other. They all either avoid interacting with each other at school, and if they do, it's really awkward. Ichika reminisces about her childhood friend group and dreads the idea of never being friends with the others again. Her phone flashes and she finds a song labeled Untitled on her phone. Ichika gets teleported to Sekai, where Miku and Luka explain Sekai is an alternate reality created by the feelings of all 4 of our heroines. Their jobs are to help our girls find their true feelings, which will then eventually give birth to a song. Ichika is then transported back to Earth and rationally just assumes it's a strange dream. Because who wouldn't? Hatsune Miku really just talked to you. Meanwhile, Saki has been recently discharged from the hospital and is planning to attend Miyamasuzaka Girls' Academy. She looks forward to seeing all her friends again and has no idea of the tension between the other 3. The following day, Saki joins Ichika's class. Ichika is pleasantly surprised to see how nothing between her and Saki have changed. However, Shiho and Honami quickly brush off Saki's attempts at rekindling their friendship. She's suspicious of everyone's behavior but decides not to ask. Suddenly, Untitled appears on all their phones and they all get transported to Sekai. Miku then kind of forces them to all play a song together as a band, and they kind of suck. However, Saki suggests,
"We're getting the band back together."
Honami and Shiho straight up refuse. We now also get to learn how exactly we're going between Sekai and Earth. So essentially, Untitled acts as a gateway between Sekai and Earth, and playing the song teleports the girls there, and stopping the song sends them back to Earth. You also get to learn a little bit more about Shiho. At school, she doesn't really have many friends, and she also works at a live house, which is a type of live music club in Japan, and thus she has kind of a lone wolf persona. Also, Honami, in the past, was bullied by her classmates for being too chummy, whatever that means. Coming to terms with how distant Honami and Shiho are, Saki proposes, let's just form a band together and maybe those 2 will join because they'll see how much fun we're having. We get a lore dump. During second year junior high, while Saki is still hospitalized, the 3 are all in different classes. Out of the blue, Shiho just tells the other 2, leave me alone. All while this is happening, Honami is getting bullied. At the time, Ichika had sensed something was wrong, but then didn't really do anything about it, and she continues to blame herself up to the present day for not being there for Honami. Later, Ichika and Saki run into Shiho at the music store, and we learn that Shiho only became friends with the other because Saki was extremely persistent to get Shiho to play with them. We also learn a little bit more lore about Shiho and how seriously she takes music. When she was in junior high, she used to be part of a band, but got kicked out because she was the only one who took it too seriously and was kind of ruining the vibes for everybody else. Seeing how determined Ichika and Saki are to start a band, Shiho cuts a deal with them. Learn this difficult song in a week, and I'll consider joining you. Now extremely motivated, Ichika and Saki return to Sekai, and with the help of Miku and Luka, they begin to speedrun learning the song. The week passes. Ichika, Saki, Shiho meet up. The 2 are able to keep up with Shiho, and she is pretty impressed. Saki overexerts herself and almost faints. Shiho sees both of their determination and then decides to open up more, and we get another lore dump. Second year junior high. Due to Shiho's introverted nature and lone wolf reputation, people begin to talk behind her back. And this also includes talking badly of Ichika and Honami because of their association with Shiho. Shiho does not really care about people's opinions of her, but she doesn't want anyone talking illy of her friends. So she cuts them off in order to protect their reputations. After learning the Shiho lore, the three make up and Shiho officially joins the band. Riding the high of successfully getting Shiho to join the band, Ichika approaches Honami. Ichika apologizes for not being there for Honami and takes the blame for their friendship falling apart. Honami lore dumps on us. Junior high, Honami becomes her classmates' emotional dumping grounds, constantly listening to everybody yapping about their problems. Eventually, this comes to bite Honami in the ass because some people confront her, calling her a people pleaser and fake nice. This results in Honami being shunned and excluded, and also results in them shit-talking Ichika due to her association with Honami. So Honami obviously decides to break off her friendship with Ichika to protect her from the malicious rumor and also prove her loyalty to her terrible classmates. I know, a very questionable move here. Ichika reports back to the other two and explains the real Honami lore. Their reaction? She is pissed, of course. Saki decides to respect Honami's decision to not join the band and decides to not bother anymore. Saki goes and tells Honami, and it's a very sad conversation. RIP their friendship. Later, Shiho angrily confronts Honami, stating how selfish it is to not think about Saki's feelings and make her cry, and how she's running away from people who care about her so she doesn't get hurt. Honami breaks down in tears, unsure of what to do now. Eventually, Shiho's very regretful about the harshness of their conversation. More time passes. Shiho, Ichika, Saki are in full-on band mode, regularly practicing Sekai with Miku and Luka. Still a little hung up about the whole Honami situation, Ichika one day goes to the Sekai solo and discusses her feelings with Miku and Luka, where she then realizes her true feelings. All Ichika wants is all four of them to be friends again, whether it be through the band or something else. Later, Ichika takes Honami to the roof in Sekai to talk. The starry sky makes them recall a story from their childhood about how Honami would forcibly teach everybody constellations. Seeing how Honami still fondly remembers the memories of their friend group, Ichika again pitches to Honami to join the band, stating she wants them just to all be together and laugh again and be just friends forever. Honami tearfully admits she had just been feeling sorry for herself and that she gave into the pressure of her classmate and really did hurt her OG friend group. Suddenly, Shiho and Saki show up and Honami admits to them that she didn't want to re-endure her junior high trauma, so she just became a people pleaser. Everybody makes up, apologizes to each other, and their feelings have been realized and Untitled becomes Needle. Now with Honami part of the band, they decide they need a band name. Leonid asks because of the meteor shower they saw that night when they were kids. Need because all of them are needed in the band. And the slash because it looks like a shooting star. Of course, Saki came up with this. Who else would come up with something like that? Leonid practices together often and begin to work on their first original song together. That concludes the end of the main story for Leonid. Here's some fun facts that weren't really relevant to the main plot but came up in the card side stories or in the main story that really shed some lights on the characters' personalities. 1. Honami flipping loves apple pie, so much so she would go to this bakery and buy 15 at a time. I understand, when you find your favorite food, you just gotta keep going for it. 2. Shiho is actually a huge animal lover and would theoretically volunteer at her school's animal shelter committee if she didn't work at the live house. Also, she plays a mobile rabbit pet game and is very embarrassed about it. It's actually quite cute. 3. Saki is very sentimental and actually kept all the flowers Ichika brought to the hospital for her when they were kids and pressed them. 4. Honami does housework through an agency for Kanade as a part-time job. 5. Saki canonically refers to themselves as total noobs. That's right, Saki's a fucking gamer. 6. Luka is actually treated as the alpha senpai amongst Miku and Leonid. 7. Saki and Tsukasa created a list of 100 things to do once I'm back in school for her to look forward to after being discharged from the hospital. He's such a good big brother. 8. Saki is a notorious klutz, so much so that when the four go to get bubble tea, after watching Saki inhale her bubble tea in the tapioca balls, they all yell at her to slow down because they are scared she will literally choke on them and die. 9. Honami is so good at sewing, she can actually make stage costumes for everyone in Leonid. However, she is absolutely horrendous at drawing. Well, that's the entire main story, and then some, of Leonid. If you want me to cover the other subunits or event stories, let me know in the comments below. If you like this video, please like and subscribe, or follow me on Twitch to watch me live. Till next time.